What's up, everybody? We here, fix my shirt with the show I'm supposed to be doing. Create Victory Podcast. This is just a trial run. This is me talking about it. This is me letting y'all know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm thinking about different locations in my house. I'm thinking about taking it to a studio. I'm over brainstorming. Definitely you gotta connect. You gotta get straight to it. But one of the main things what been throwing me off the most is like everybody talking about everything at all times. Like the algorithm is throwing me off. So it get robotic. It gets sickening. It get all in my mind where it's like everybody tell me about Kanye. Tell me about Kanye West. Then RP to Takeoff. Tragically, we lose Takeoff yesterday, and I'm over consumed with that. I'm watching hella videos on that all day, and it gets stressful. With my show, with my podcast, Create Victory, I want to make sure I'm promoting mental health, empowering our people, and letting us know that we don't have to overstress and overanalyze everything. These lights is bright. I thought I had my glasses. I do. We don't got to over-talk about everything, overanalyze everything. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm working on a podcast, so, I want to talk. I have opinions, but it just get out of this world crazy. Like, everybody talking about everything. Everybody talking about Kanye West, what he's saying about the Jews. I have my own breakdown on that. One thing I will say, I bought that movie that Kyrie Irving was talking about. My dad always talked to me about Hebrew Israelites. Any black man, if you have any older black figures, they gonna know more about history. So that's the thing about a lot of us. We don't have a lot of older black figures in our life, people to look up to. So we only know what we know. We don't know much about history. So all I'm gonna say is that I feel as if it's some truth to that. These are things I always heard, and I always been spiritually on a journey. But sometimes I pause only studying spiritual information to just get a wider, broader view of things, and just going off what I feel God tell me. You have to be connected with God. You gotta know what God's telling you to do. And sometimes God's telling me just be peaceful and figure how you're gonna make your money without stressing all day. See, my whole thing, I'm a barber. I was gonna say I was a barber, but I'm still a barber. But at one point, I was only a barber. I was in a shop all day, 12 hours a day. I'm not gonna say 24/7, but almost 12 hours a day just to make a little ends meet of $500, $600 on a great day. Sometimes you can make $1,000 or something like that, but it's a great hustle, and that's what got me some nice clothes and some nice shoes and things I like. But it's way more than that, and there's way more to that. So that's why I want to say RP to Takeoff. I saw him coming into himself. I saw him coming into his own. Within these last podcasts that he was doing, he was speaking up. He was trying to let his brother Quavo know, man, offset, we not really all gelling right now, so I'm not going to just leave this all on you. I always been a great rapper. I had a great flow, but now I'm speaking up. Man, his Drink Trap interview was amazing. He kept telling Nori, I know about this, man. I watch this all the time. So to let you know, Takeoff was a cerebral guy that just sat back, chill, and brainstorm on different ideas. And that's how I am. I really don't like stressing. I really don't like overthinking. I really don't like overanalyzing things. We just trying to find a place of peace to where we know what we doing, we happy with what we doing, and we can be consistently grind. So if you want to be consistent, you got to take things serious. There's one thing I want to show with the podcast. This ain't the first episode of the podcast, but this is another trial run because I'm serious about it. This is the Create Victory Podcast, blueprint. I got stuff on the front and back of each sheet. Information that I really have on my show to flow, the things I want to talk about. At the top, I got Create Victory. We call it culture. Building our personal legacy. Standing on black issues and issues around the world. But specifically, I say black issues because we got to have some pride, some unapologetically pride for ourselves. So when you hear Kanye West talking about Hebrew Israelites and who we may be and who we may not be and knowing our true identity, then you hearing Kyrie Irving say it too. That just show you that you got some men that's not afraid of breaking the cycle. And they speaking up for our culture. So I just advise all black people, don't turn against all them and the things that they do and talk about. So I say standing on black issues, adding value while entertaining the culture. I want this to be fun. And that's why it's hard for me to do it when this stuff just be stressful. You know, I've been promoting parties this past weekend. You know, I've been doing different things, but I want to have a balance. I'm not fully fulfilled just from partying, but that's just how I release things and how I have fun. You know, I'm from Chicago. I got a lot of friends that's afraid to just come outside. And I never want to be like that. So I always keep a positive aura. I move with positivity. I enjoy life. But like, you know, like it's the difference between me and like what Takeoff is doing. I got brothers that might gamble, that do this and do that. And I appreciate him for being like, I'm humble, I'm chill. But I let my homies know, don't be mad at me when I separate myself. Like at this time of the day, I might leave. I might go home. I might find me a baddie and vibe and hit the road, Jack. You know what I'm saying? But other topics that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about relationships, because that's a big part of life. Relationships, like my relationship, I always felt like was a big part. People always say hold us back. I don't want to say that, but that's how I felt. That's how I felt when I was immature. Like my relationship was holding me back. But it's a big part of my life, because it's very important, neck of the tight. But it's very important who you with. It's very important who's in your corner. Relationship isn't just about who you having relations with in a sexual manner in that way. Your relationships with your friends, when you're relating and you're shipping. I got that from 19 Keys. We're relating to a certain topic, a certain thing, and we're shipping. We're going to take it somewhere. We're going somewhere with this relation that we have. So that's a relationship. Sometimes you can be related to people and not even have a relationship. So there's so much shit I can break down on that. Then we got finances. That's very important to me. You know, I was talking to two of my, other guys who I want to produce with, and I was letting them know I want to start giving the game of finances. And they had a great point of saying, don't give the game, it got to be sold. And woo. I get what they're saying, but to be honest, this what plague our community, not giving out enough information, each one not teaching one. This how the system was done, maybe in our traditional form. I don't want to say African, but I don't even know exactly where we from. It's like you got people saying maybe we're from Israel first, then went to Africa and these things and those things. Some people saying we're native, I'm saying some people, I mean historians. When I say some people that I'm studying and watching long broke down documentaries and videos. So finances is very important. You see how all this relates back to the culture and who you are. So finances is very important, because without money, you can't do nothing. What you gonna do without money? So then you got health. I got health on here. Health is very important. I'm on my way to the gym now. Right now I'm feeling acid refluxy, stomach feeling big, and drinking and hot wings, and we got a bad thing like that in our culture. So we got to drink a lot more water. I got water in there. A lot more water. Work out, more fruits, more vegetables. Go to the doctor. I got Medicaid, not even the full craziest medical healthcare, whatever you want to call it. But I just made sure this year, as a 33-year-old man, I made sure I used my Medicaid for something. I went and got a surgery done. I'm going to tell y'all about that later on in maybe one of the podcasts. But something that was plaguing me and making me unhealthy for 10 years. And I'm just going to live through it. Excuse me. We got to stop doing stuff like that. We can't just keep living through it. We gotta figure out how to take care of ourselves in the best ability. So with that said, the next topic I have on the list is culture. Culture is this. It's everything. Speaking of the Migos created the label of culture, the brand of culture within their brand. They made sure that you guys know that they were about the culture. From the South, the black men from the South, that figured it out, that grand hard, that made it themselves. Whether if it was from out the bando to wearing Versace to all this and all that, that's the culture. We coming from nothing to something. Even though we are made of gold, we have a lot of something that's in us, but it's been stripped from us. We got all type of documentations and letters that was written by certain philosophers. They wrote certain codes just to break us down. They created projects just to keep us our minds in a project and in their control at all times. And that's one thing I can appreciate Kanye West for saying. I'm not out of control, I'm just out of their control. So break it down. This is a Kanye West Takeoff type of moment. This is what's been in my head. This is what's been plaguing my community day in and day out. This is all we want to talk about. So I'm gonna give y'all that. The next one after culture is creativity. Because for one, you don't want to be too serious. As you see this brand, this shirt, this is fire, this is creativity. The brand is called Create Victory. This is fire. This is called Honor the Gift. I picked this up in Vegas. Picked this up in Chicago. It's dope. The material is kind of flaky to come off one day, but it looked dope. I don't even know the brand or who made it, but I love creative stuff. I love dope people. I love dope things because creativity shows the power of God. It shows the people that God created and put on this universe. It shows the power of individuals and what we all can do and why we should all respect each other. Because, you know, I didn't come up with lenses, glasses. I didn't come up with iPhones. I didn't come up with this. I didn't come up with that. But there are things that I can come up with. But I appreciate just being me, and I appreciate everyone for being themselves. So with that being said, we're going to figure out how to create victory. We're going to bring this podcast to the life. My value, I want to bring, one of the things I wrote, I want to bring value. The value will be teaching culture. You know, so when I say teaching, I'm not a philosopher, I'm not an expert, but I plan on going to get experts in certain fields. Let's say I got a woman that's great doing a non-for-profit. She helps the kids. She's a psychologist, and she's great at that. You know, I'm just Picaso swag. I'm great at what I do, which is being a connector of the people and being a man of the people and being a man of culture and swag and creativity and ambition and passion and just, you know, not being afraid to go get it and put that energy on the platform and on the forefront. That's my goal. That's my teaching ability. Curating taste. As we said, you listen what? As we said, taste is culture. You know, it's not just about doing the same thing over and over. When I was shorty, I do the pants sagging. Then I went into the rock star swag. Then I went into the skateboard swag. I even went into, as a young age, the casual swag. You know, my young age, you know, I'm 33 years old. So when we was about 16, 17, me and my friends, 15, we was rocking button-ups. That was real popular. So we started rocking Steve Maddens with it and beard stews and unlisteds and, you know what I'm saying? I'm naming some more fire shit because that's like some cheap shit that I could afford. But they was wearing Havana Joes in my community, you know, and stuff like that. So it's about curating taste. It's taste levels to the things you're doing. That's cool at that level. Now I'm at the level of how do I embody all that? You know, just being great. I was out in Vegas and I seen a lady with some slacks on, and then she had on like a graphic crew neck, and I'm just like, then she had her shit buttoned up and had a crew neck tucked inside her pants with a nice belt and some nice shoes. I'm just like, damn, that's kind of fly. I see the crew neck, I see the graphics tee, but everything else was like dressy. So that was lit. And that was curating taste, you know, and that's what people do that create these casinos, that create these movies, create these environments, these clubs, these restaurants. They're curating taste. It's a certain feel of that light. It's a certain aroma of that food. It's a certain way that the waitress and the waiters will speak to you. It's a certain way that they will pour your champagne. That's a curating of taste. Life is about taste. It is about enjoying yourself to the highest ability, putting yourself on the highest vibration you can, working as hard as you can, giving as much love as you can. And with that all being said, taste will have to be a part of that. So, that being said, I'm going to move to the next thing I want to bring value on, which is spreading knowledge, which is kind of the same. And after that is highlighting quality. I could just embody all those under teaching culture, curating taste, spreading knowledge, highlighting quality. All is in the same lane category, but I wanted to break them down specifically because they all still spells out specifically what I want to do. This basically really is just my notes to the podcast. I wrote that in my phone, and then I printed it out on the printer. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got so much technology to the point where this is a podcast. Me opening my phone, putting it on the ring, like shooting in my room by my closet. So much more spaces in the house. But I say I want to kind of show the little bit of the drip, a little bit of clothes, a little bit of shoes. And so I kind of get the right angle and right environment. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that to just inspire and tell everybody, man, it's beautiful. We got it in our hands. You know, this is how Oprah Winfrey became one of the richest black people ever. Media. And now we have it in our hands. One of the last things I want to share with you is the book that my dad gave me. And after I purchased that Kyrie Irving documentary, it ain't his documentary. That's why he said, don't say I'm promoting it. But he put it out there. And a lot of people can watch it now and they know of it now. So, you know, you say you promote it, you want to say you promoted it, Kyrie, but I understand the political business of, you know, don't say I'm promoting nothing, they ain't giving me a check for it, this and that. But this is a book that my father gave me, and I got to take the time out to read his word, Hebrew Israelite scriptures, 400 years of slavery. So what Kanye West saying isn't just, you see what I'm saying? Before I digest this book, and the thing about books like this is breaking down facts, all these pages of things that we want to call, you know, allegedly facts, if you don't want to say they're facts, all of them are resource cited. They cite where they get the information from. And they say, go look at this or go look at that. This come from this come from the Bible, this come from here, this come from there. You know, they give you different signs, and this word translated to this, you know, across the world, and then it translated to that. You know, black people, our culture, our history is lost. So if we hear people yelling out something, every time they yell about it, they get counseled. It's something about that. Even my boy Kendrick Lamar said, I'm an Israelite. Don't call me black no more. That word is just a color. That ain't facts no more. And he said something, my brother, God. He said something like that after that or something like that. But it was the Duckworth song. This is actually on his album before the last one. And I think on the last one, he said something about it also. And I feel like that's why he's on his king energy. He's on his king vibration. I feel that. I feel like he's not caught up in the matrix. As far as Kendrick Lamar, he's still probably the biggest artist. They still kind of stay the biggest artist and stuff like that. You know, you got Drake, you got J. Cole, you got the argument base, and you got the Futures, you got the Lil Babies, the more popularity base. But we just saying when this guy come out, the impact base. And I'm going to end it on that. To be honest, I want to end it somewhere short. I don't want this to be an hour long like the podcast should be. When I'm talking amongst myself, I'm going to give y'all about 20 minutes. But I want the podcast to be an hour and 30 minutes long. But with that, I got to bring in clips and facts. I want to react to certain stuff during the podcast. And then I want to bring in interviewers. I got to talk to somebody else. I want y'all just to hear me. I want y'all to hear other people. So I forget thoughts fast. That shit happened quick. But I was listening to something earlier and it was talking about sharpening your mind, clearing your mind so you can think. So that's how we got to do meditation. I'm about to go work out. I'm just ramped up with energy this morning. I've been studying things about credit and versus lines of credit, you know. Just recently, I pulled a lot of different credit cards on because I got 2 LLCs. One of them had more years than the other, but I'm just doing my trial and error. I'm learning how many credit cards I can get under my LLCs, what should I do with the line of credit. And basically, I'm working on trying to get my don't say that. Don't say trying. I like when Kanye West do it also. Edit himself. Edit the language that you're using to manifest what you're trying to bring into your life more. So, even I feel like I forgot what I said. I thought you did that. Just recently, I realized I want to get this creative space. Long story short. And, you know, creative is cool. It's the way to go. You know, I'm working on my hustle even more. You know, I got an Airbnb. I want to get more property, do more Airbnb. Like, that's actually taking care of the whole house and everything. So it's like, I bought myself time. Sometimes you can buy yourself time. It's about that value. Which one weighs more to you, time and money? And I might not be making as much money when I work 12 hours a day, but I got more time to figure this out. I'm taking my son, like today, I'm taking my son to a basketball tournament. I'm going to work out. I got time to have a dating life a little bit today. I'm going to still do some haircuts. I'm doing this, which is what I really want to do, the podcast. I'm studying credit right now. After I cut this out, I'm finna chill and study some credit. And I'm networking. I got a music video that's finna get put out. I'm actually talking to the guy from Vegas that shot the music video, Drake of Chirac. He's living in Vegas, but I think he's from Chicago because his name is Drake of Chirac. The music video about to be done. I'm talking to my realtor about a reality TV show that she say that she's shooting. You know, she's a pretty bossed up woman, and she say she got a lot of other bossed up women, and they doing a reality show. That's lit, and I'm gonna do one too. So I'm tapping in with her about that. It's just like find a time to tap in, baby. Your network is your net worth. And if you too busy, I forgot the term. I need the right term for this. But it was like this, something I read in the book that said a lot of times we step over dollars to pick up quarters. You know, get so many quarters. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I messed that up. But I'm just trying to say, like, if you too busy doing busy work, you will never be able to get to doing legacy building work. So with that being said, create victory, build your legacy, take heed to how you feel. Once or twice a week, I delete my social medias. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I just don't want to debate with y'all. I rather find my platform. I talk about it. Now y'all debate in my comment section. Debate in a way where it's gonna bring me some type of value. You know, I mean, you trying to build your brand. You got to get in social media. You got to network. You got to comment. You got to do that. So I ain't saying don't do it at all. But if it's messing with your mental health, like it messing with mine sometimes, it's okay, my nigga. It's okay, my people. There's more things you can do with your time, money, and energy. Delete social media. Go promote a party. I promoted 2 parties this past week. They both paid me. Not as much as I could be getting paid from it, but I'm building something. So I'm teaming up with different people. So I'm splitting the profits because I know we can do something bigger together than I would do on my own. So with that being said, create victories, build legacies, and tap in, tune in, hit that subscribe, that like, work out with me. I'm finna take you on a workout journey with me. I got my vlog, Hood Hippie Lifestyle, where I talk about working out and eating healthy basically all the time. And that's it. Tap in.